Hey everybody, this is Dr. Lewis of Coastal Wellness in Lisbon, and if you've been following the page for any period of time, you've probably heard me talk about the importance of changing your posture through the day, movement, in addition to regular physical activity, just changing your posture and getting some exercise, getting some simple mobility exercises or stretches into your body through the day, especially if you're somebody that has to spend a lot of time or an inordinate amount of time sitting. You know, most of us, and through my experience working with people and asking everybody what amount of time, including work time, meal time, just relaxation time, that they spend sitting. And it can be 12, 15 hours a day that we're actually in that position, which is kind of a lot. So as much as exercise is important, changing our posture through the day can also be really important. So one thing I want to guess a quick tip that I want to give people is try not to be so robotic when you're going to do some mobility exercises or your stretches. So for example, when we're doing a cat camel, let's try to play around with this a little bit. You know, I love the cat camel because it's an exercise that we can do almost anywhere. You can do it in a standing posture, for example, just using a chair, going through kind of flexion and extension of the spine. But in an ideal position, we can go through or go onto the floor, find a nice amount of space, and we're just kind of go through a flexion and extension, or rounding and extending movement with our spine. But I'm going to sort of play around with this. I'm going to shift my hips side to side as I'm in this position. I'm going to kind of do some circles with my spine a little bit. I'm just shifting backwards as I do this. Rounding again, doing a few more. Breathing into these positions, getting the neck involved with the lateral bending. But really, I'm just kind of adjusting where my limbs are, where my spine moves. I'm widening my hands and knees a little bit will also change a little bit what I'm feeling around the pelvis as I'm doing this flexion extension. So bringing them close together as well. Shifting backwards and trying to also do a few cat camels as I'm into this kind of more vertical trunk position. So every time we shift how we're doing something, it's going to change where we're feeling it. And so I want you to try to play around a little bit with these exercises. And try to make it a little bit more enjoyable than just kind of going through the motions. And try to pay attention to what you're feeling as you're doing these exercises as well. So getting a little bit of feedback. So maybe as I'm doing this, I'm noticing, there's quite a bit of stiffness in the lower part of my spine today. So I'm gonna maybe spend a bit more time on that area, doing some maybe full stretches backwards, and then coming forward into maybe a full extension, squeezing the butt. Maybe I'm coming off to the side where I'm doing a nice big kind of stretch to the lateral part of my spine here. And the opposite side. Just kind of try to gain feedback from when you're doing these exercises, play around with them a little bit, and if you notice any areas that are stiff, sore, or hypertense, just kind of work on those areas a bit more. Anyway, hope that was helpful information, and have a good weekend, everybody.